So we will start by maybe you can telling us your journey from an analyst in MI6 and to operating a cybersecurity organization today.
I think there were a number of learnings out of different places where I have actually spent time. And based on all that learning, I kind of, made a decision in 2016 to take a plunge into starting something on my own. And of course, 3 years back, we started Cyfirma. And there were, as I was saying earlier, we clearly identified that there were actually 3 to 4 gaps out there in the market, Aaron. And if you look at those gaps, that was really, really disturbing in those days, because I, being as head of security, I was being asked those questions. Hey, are we safe and sound? Do you really understand who are those cyber criminals who are behind us? Why are they behind us? What do they want from us? And these were very, very prominent questions, which, like most of the CISOs or most of head of security or head of risk has to answer in today's world, right?
Sure.
Unfortunately, we didn't had that capability in those days, and that was one of the reasons why we got into setting up Cyfirma. And those 4 challenges were, intelligence, if you look at it on its own, was really looked upon as a internal cybersecurity tool. And as you can imagine, intelligence can be applied at all different layers. It is not just cybersecurity control tool, to be honest. Intelligence was being looked upon as a very reactive component, whereas something happens somewhere, you take that information, reprocess that information, provide that information to other part of the world as an intelligence feed. That was not good enough, to be honest. Contextual detail was clearly missing. You didn't had any clarity about going back to who, why, what, when, and how. There was no answer given around intelligence sort of component or tools which was being used by organization. And on name of intelligence, it was literally like operational feed which was being fed into organization. Then really providing a comprehensive capability which can really enable the organization to go full throttle with their digitization, with their automation, with their robotics capability, which we were actually trying to embrace in those days, and provide a better protection to organization.
It's very interesting, actually. And I was just wondering, now there's been if you look at generally a lot of the small and companies like yours as well, which are growing, they end up being taken over or bought over by the big guys as well, because they have really good and great technology with them. And so I was wondering, if the right deal comes along, would you be open to a merger or a takeover? What are your views on going if something like this happens?
Interesting question, Aaron. Thanks for asking that. Well, I surely see that there is going to be a consolidation happening in cybersecurity tools capability, because I think we have got too many players doing the same thing out there, and we have got new startups, new firms popping up every day, trying to address the same problem which others are trying to do. Now, we'll be open for the right deal, but to be honest, right now our focus is really to enhance our existing product line and look at building new products which can really fit itself not only into enterprise play, but as well as looking at your SMB market. And we are trying to get into end user space as well with intelligence. So I think our prime focus right now is really to kind of go back, double down on our product and solution, expand our business. But of course, if a right deal comes along, of course we'll be open to have a conversation.